was it Choco Williams's tactical nous? Because like I think some people who haven't had anything to do, I've never been coached by him, but running into him a lot, he's still in footy. Players say he was a brilliant coach. Was it his tactical nous, or was it?
Yeah, it was a good mix because Jack was a massive motivator. Like he'd come up with these stories, and you'd be like, he's just like you're bristling, going, mate, I'll come play in 30 minutes time. Don't waste my energy now. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like he was brilliant. His history of getting Port to win all those premierships. But I reckon at that stage, say pick the number 7, or I think he coached 9 or something, but say 7 of those flags that I saw as a kid, I reckon maybe Port were favourite in 4 or 3. So he was able to get blokes there. I don't believe you can play above your level, but they were optimum. Yeah. You know what I mean? And he had people would die for him, so that was great. So, but with what Choc would do, I don't know a senior coach, and I think I've heard some other my teammates say, he'd do kicking score. What? He'd pull you aside, spread your fingers, Dan, do all these drills, keep it in tight. This is one senior coach dealing with one player. Tell me a senior coach that does that now.
Sam Mitchell.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
We saw it's gone, but
yeah,
Sam Mitchell.
Kingers might because he's seen it before. I don't know, but
Jeff.
Choco's still doing it. You know what I mean? Like, and he's just passion for teaching, and he's a teacher at trade. But also too, it came in a time where he poached a fitness coach at Geelong to be his head tactical guy. That guy's called Phil Walsh. Late Phil Walsh. So he was the real tactical nous. Choco was the real relationships type of person, and they were really, it was a yin yang type situation.
Can he give a spray, Choco?
Oh yeah. Yeah, he'd have a bit of spit in his mouth and he'd just go. Yeah, he'd rip you, but it was through, it was like a fatherly love, but a coaching love. Like you knew, the beauty is that now I look back and go, who are the great coaches? Like I reckon of this theory, and it can be pulled apart pretty quick, but you've got to be screw loose to be a great coach, I reckon.
Yep.
Right, and when I say that, that's the ultimate compliment. Mark was a great teacher, but he had that flip out ability. Clarko's got it, right? Right? Hardwick's got it. Ross Lyon hasn't won the flag, but he should have won bounce. All that. He's not, but he's got it. Mick Malthouse, I think, might have it.
Would Kingers have it? You mentioned Adam Kingsley.
Yeah, he can be pretty brutal on the tongue.
He
is super quick-witted and he can rip you, but he's a ripping bloke.
Yeah.
It's interesting how many...
Malcolm Blight, got it. Yeah.
You haven't been coaching him.
No.
It's interesting how your successful Port Adelaide side, how many blokes are still in footy and gone on to coach, and is that a circumstance of environment?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. If you look at it, at our premiership team, Mark was the coach, Phil coached in his own right. Tragically, what happens to him? Dean Bailey, senior coach, tragically what passes away with sickness. Clarko goes on to win 4. Dimmer was an assistant with Clarko, then goes on to win 3 by himself.
Yep.
Kingers was assistant coach, I think premiership coach at Richmond. Assistant coach in that time, goes to coach his team.
Yep.
Brendan Lade still coaching in senior role at Western Bulldogs. Chad Corns is involved. Josh Carr has gone to Freo, back to Port. Will coach Port next year.
Schofield.
Scoey. I'm going to miss one. Josh Marnie was assistant coach. Now he's involved with the AFL in a football strategy role. So there's a Monty, another one who's been at a few different clubs. Port, I reckon he's at Dogs, Carlton, now at GWS. And I probably missed a couple. These blokes, Dean Brogan was assistant, but now it's in private business. But part of that environment was that, and the fact we've still got a WhatsApp group from 04 group, there is that constant. And then on another layer, if you're a coach, which I'm not, people, this misgiving, and I still remember Choco sounded out Woosha before we won the 04 flag about how to beat Brisbane. Because remember, Juddy run right a few times.
Yeah.
We could always beat West Coast in that period. Good games, but we'd win.
Yeah.
We were struggling against Brisbane, but Brisbane struggled against West Coast and Brisbane would probably take care of us.
Yeah.
So some of the messages that were shared at that time was about speed and play to your strengths and all those sorts of stuff. But so this whole misgiving that everyone's out against each other on the given week, but there is a lot of information that gets shared.
Well, people forget about the connections as well. And, but it sounds like for how good Choco was, like, you know, all these players, they're around success, but they're around, like, he's taught them all.
Yeah.
Like, well, if you're a coach,
he's the foundation.
Who's the best coach? You know, I think about mine, Phil Walsh, coach me. He's exactly how you explain it. He was just a brilliant tactician, brutal. Like I loved a brutal coach.
Yeah.
Like, you know, this isn't good enough.
Nothing like getting ripped a new one because you know what the standards are. This wishy-washy, we're all love and light. No.
That was just a little teaser of our full episode. They're out Wednesdays on YouTube, and you can listen to them wherever you get your podcast. Go on, get out of here.